Welcome to episode 79 of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That is me, Dr. Nupi. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the show. For those of you who don't know me, I am a doctor. I'm a general practitioner and family physician in the UK. I am also a transformation life coach and also a public speaker and keynote speaker now. And my passion is showing and sharing with others how to truly understand, to recognize their whole self health needs, mind, body, and soul, and understand how this can be incorporated into a conventional medical model of care. And it starts the healing process from within. It's learning how to recognize what your needs are, how to keep them realigned, and also keep them restored. And this is something I learned the hard way through burnout, which was 13 years ago now. And it is the framework that I was taught. It was everything I've learned and put into a framework that made sense for me to share with others through my day-to-day clinical practice, the F list essentially. And I think the best way to show you what it feels like to work through the F list is through my brand story, which was created by the insanely talented Devon James Stinson, who has really managed to capture the feel of it all and the glitter and the magic and the sparkle. So, without further ado, Big Bro, may we have the brand story, please?
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I love that. Oh, it was so dreamy. I think sometimes I get distracted by my own dance arrangements and then stop and oh, it's beautiful. Right, without further ado, my special guest today is one of my most favourite people in the whole wide world. I think we all know who that is. Come on down. Don't even need a name for you. Come on, where are you?
Woohoo! I was hitting the wrong button. It helps if you bring yourself in with the right button. That is good.
Gosh, where are you, for heaven's sake? How
I've
long can
clicked.
I keep jangling the bells?
I know it. I thought for sure that I'm clicking the button. I'm looking there going, why am I not coming in the show? And then I realized you are not clicking the right button. Well, listen.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me back.
Welcome.
It's
You
been
are
like a
so
long
welcome.
time.
I love our episodes.
Yes, boy, it's been a long time. I mean, the last time we were talking, well, I think was it you were here behind me in this room, I think.
Yes,
There
yes,
you
that's
go.
right. I was, and I was doing befuddled.
Doing
Oh
interpretive dance behind me.
no. I kept popping up on backstage. Thingy. Yes, No, that's right, because we did the first episode when I got back from the States. So
That's
that
right.
was a few weeks.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. We did do
ages
that.
ago.
Yeah.
It's about it's a good 3 weeks ago now. Isn't it
And
crazy?
time flies when you're
Flown
having fun.
by. Yeah, it really has flown by. And the
Yeah.
crazy thing was, whilst I was in the States with you, and with with the keynote speaking and then the Portland trip, every day the time just stopped still. It was gorgeous. And one day extrapolated to like it's like an interstellar. I love that film, and it's one day on Gargantia, or 1 minute is like 5 years on Earth or something. That's how it felt. It just
Yeah.
stretched beautifully. And now, obviously, busier, there's more things going on. It's just gone.
Yeah.
It's flown by.
Yes. Back to
Oh my,
the grind, and when you're busy in life, yes, it does
yeah,
go very fast. I think the busier you
yeah,
are, the faster it goes. And I think that's why they say when you raise your children, it goes so fast because you're so busy with your kids with
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And next thing you
yeah,
know, and you're excited for their game and you're excited for them to grow up and do this. And the next thing you know, they're grown up and out of the house, and your little baby's 32
yeah.
years old like mine. And so
Oh,
it happens very, very
oh,
fast. But
it does,
you
it
know,
does, it does. But I will actually
today
rephrase. Yes.
Today, I have my little
Yeah.
holiday cup here with my
Did I
turmeric
toast you with my
chai
holiday drink?
spicy tea. Yeah,
Very nice.
very good. Good for my
Very
health.
nice.
Good for my health. But the
Yes,
reason I'm
as
thinking
should
about the
be.
holidays,
Yes.
because I'm thinking about your F list and I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about the holidays, and this is my thought. So many people do exactly what we're just talking about. They
Mm.
let the speed and all the stress of the holidays take
Yeah.
the fun and the joy away from them.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, the holiday is over,
Yes.
and it is something that we need to enjoy every moment, and we need to get into that slow down mode and
Yes.
enjoy things. And
Now. Yes.
I think it's so, so critical to do that. And so I
Well,
thought we would chat about that today.
okay. I like it. Well, as I was just, it's what we were just talking about earlier. The adjustments that I can't change the hours I'm doing at the minute, and it is crazy, but it is what it is. And I was going to say something. I was going to say, I'm going to reframe back to the grind, because it's not really back to the grind. It's back to, it's almost like you can step out and then step back in, but with a renewed sense of, vigor. And it's your life. And if it
Yeah,
is a grind, I would want to stop somebody and go, hold on a sec, why is it a grind? Again, I'm not trying to put, um, I guess I'm very blessed. I love what I do with a passion. It never feels like work for me. Um, and I think if you can find a career or find a path or do something whereby you are doing your work, which happens to be your passion and what you love doing, it never does feel like work. And
that's
that's
right.
why it
If you
doesn't feel
love
like,
what you do, you'll never
yeah,
work a day in your life, right?
it's true. But again, even if you love and you're passionate about what you do, it still can get too much. You do need that respite time. But instead of grind, I would just sort of go, okay, it's absolutely for you to have time out, and then come back into that and,
Yep.
go and then take a step back again. But what we were saying earlier about making those pockets of time, you can freeze time, you can bend time. And it's something I talk about on the F list. It's when you are in that flow state, and also when you are really aligned with your needs and being totally present, because that is how I pretend I'm in X-Men, the Marvel characters, and they're like, they can freeze time, and then they do their bits and they go around and they do their thing, and then they come out again, and then they make it go unfreeze frozen. That's how it can be, and you can stretch time. And I think that is so important for holidays and the pressure of, I've got to get everything ready, and then it's an expectation and money and finances, and oh, Aunt Mildred is coming over and all this stuff that goes on
You
behind the
said Mildred is coming over? I've been worried this whole time that Mildred was coming over. Now I'm freaked out. Okay.
scenes.
So
She got this through my head.
I think is Harvey coming with Mildred? That's what's really going to freak me out. But hey, you know, I was thinking,
Tangent now, yes. Oh, it's
I
family dynamics and it's
yeah, it is.
expectations, and then everything implodes, and it's just
Yep.
like, holy shit,
Well, I
slow
was
down.
thinking
What is
about
it
what you're
really
saying
about?
because, I always say life happens and then you choose. And so
Yeah,
life is going to happen, but you get to choose how you deal with that. And
yeah,
now personally, my beautiful wife,
yes,
and she looks at me, and when I tell her I have to do something, she says,
bring it in.
no, you're choosing to do that. And she's
Yeah,
100% right because we
yes,
think we have to do a
yes,
lot of things, right?
yes,
So
yes,
she
I have
helps
to.
me realize that. And then today on the Christmas tree, I was helping her because she's a perfectionist. And the top of the Christmas tree we got yesterday has a
Yeah,
crooked top. And so my daughter and I keep trying to tell her it's an optical illusion. The top is crooked. The whole tree is going to look crooked because the top is. And so
yeah,
we did some things to make it look straighter. But I said, you know what? I think with what we've done, let's just enjoy it instead of trying to fix it and do things over and over because it's never going to get perfect. We have an imperfect
no,
tree because there are no perfect trees. And that's what
yes,
people need to realize in the holidays. You have imperfect people and imperfect
yes,
circumstances, but you get to
yes,
choose how you
yes,
enjoy those. And just like you, Nupi, came to Portland and
yes,
spent some quiet time alone,
yes,
going to
yes.
the coffee shop, walking through the streets, just having some of your
I
time for
loved
you,
it.
which
Yes.
was super necessary. You can translate that back into your regular life,
Okay.
whether it's taking walks around your house or whatever. What now?
Yeah, I'm just giggling at the fact that I came friggin' how many thousands of miles to basically go on. I know, I know, I know. The
Thousands
thing
of miles to walk
is,
to a coffee shop. There you go.
yeah, basically. But it's also more than that. It's the sense of adventure, and it's also the
Yeah.
sense of going outside your own comfort zone. Because sure, I could take a week. Well, if I wouldn't allow myself to take a week off here
Right.
because I know I need to earn and I know I need to fulfill certain things. But because
Yeah.
I was away for the talk, it made sense to me, and I could then say, okay, I'm in a different zone. I can be and I can just do.
Right.
Whereas here, it's not the same when you're incorporating it in your day to day. That's
It's
not to
harder.
say, yeah, that's not to say that you can't have those downtimes
Right.
within your working schedule day, which is what we were talking about before, and making that time work for you. You can always claim that back. It's the perspective, and it's oh, you know how I was. I was exhausted
Yeah.
beforehand, and just literally going from clinic to clinic, and then having a couple of hours, and then
Yeah.
back on again. And the thing is, because I'm passionate about what I do, I love serving others. That's exactly what I do. I'm serving others. But in that, it's what Chris and I started, we were talking about last week. That's great. But you've also got to remember to serve yourself.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
in it and it's brilliant, doing all of this, F listing, this, that, the other. But I've also got to, yes, I've also
I
got to do that for self.
Yes. You got to do things for yourself. And the reason I'm holding this book up is
Yes.
because I this weekend, so
Mm.
this past weekend when my beautiful wife and I got away, it was um we purposely sit around, look at the ocean and read and relax. And then we'll do a little bit of shopping, but it's like window shopping. It's like slow pace, relax. If we want to stop and have something to eat, we do that. If we want to go back, take a nap,
Oh,
we do that because
oh,
the days
so
and all of
cute.
that with work never turn that way. But the book here, I intentionally have inserted time in my day where I grab the book and I spend half hour just reading and relaxing, relax
Yes,
my brain. Because
yes,
if I don't give myself some downtime during the day, if I don't get up and walk around my office or around the house or take a walk outside or whatever, though you just get so pent up and everything
yeah,
does really kind of just get overwhelming and too much and go too fast. So we got to incorporate those things into our day. And that is especially
yeah.
important with the holidays. Everybody get your chai turmeric tea with lemon and relax. It's soothing.
Oh,
It is
it is.
good for you, and then you're good to go.
Yeah. No, that's so, so true. And it's also, you know, doing the same thing day in, day out. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
Your brain, your mind, your body, your soul needs to have, your senses alive and all of those things. That really does matter, be it a walk in the park, be it going outside for that fresh air. And it's almost like coming away for me was like this mammoth sort of bucket load of joy and fun and happy. And I'm like grabbing every moment, just literally just walking down the street on my own, as you said, and just looking at the leaves. And it was just beautiful. And then making friends and saying hello to really different people. Oh,
You
it
were
was
full
lovely.
of bucket loads of joy for sure. That point is,
Yeah.
I think the first time that I saw you, the entire restaurant knew that you had bucket loads of joy because I don't think anybody else could hear when you walked in. But yes,
I'm like, oh, I wish I could come. And it's crazy because even now I'm like, wow, did that really happen? Yeah, it did. I made it
yeah.
happen.
Well, you got to
Oh,
make
every
things like
time.
that. You do have to make things like that happen. And
Yeah,
when
yes,
Lee and I, when our kids were young, we did things. Occasionally, they made it a little tight financially, but we did
yes,
things to create memories. And
yes.
I
It's so
also learned,
important.
because our kids were fabulous musicians and involved in things, I was able to work in between the ministry that I was doing and that what they were doing as kids and their
Yeah,
music. We were able to take together as a family. I think we've been together as a family to New York 4 or 5 times. Three of those were for music conferences with our church,
yeah,
which was great. But then
yeah,
also we went to the Brooklyn Tabernacle. If anybody's been there, it's amazing. And then we went to Florida, down to Orlando with them
oh, nice.
couple times, and one time to Indianapolis for competitions where they did their music. But we took
Yeah,
those things, went to Orlando. Then, of course, we went to Disney World and went to the
yeah,
beach and we had some family time. In New York, we
yeah,
ran like crazy people around and saw the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State
yeah,
Building, all the things like that. So we created these memories, and you had to work to make those things happen when you didn't
yes,
have tons of money to
yes,
make it happen. But if you don't do that intentionally with your life, then life slips by you and you have a
yeah,
whole bunch of things you wish you would have done on your bucket list.
yeah, 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 yeah. And it's the memories. That's exactly what this is. And there was one time I remember in Portland, it was beautiful at I think I was in Laurelhurst. We were in I can't speak, Laurelhurst Park, and the light, the sunset was stunning. And almost, I made myself not, because I love taking selfies as you do.
No, I don't believe it. Tell me it's not so.
Yeah, but you're worse than me.
I
No,
probably am. Yes,
I
I
think,
probably
yeah,
am.
I think we're probably about the same.
Yeah,
But I
we're both
did
pretty
take,
crazy. Fighting over who's going to take the selfie. No, no, I'm taking the selfie. No, no, you get the wrong angles. I'm taking the selfie.
oh man, just getting really
Woo!
bossy at one point. I'm like, no, don't use your photos. You use mine.
I got that just like a good sister would tell me. Pow, use my selfie. Come on.
Yeah, mine are way better. I look better in mine. But sometimes it's just nice to capture that moment and not have the camera out or have the phone out also, and just take it in. And it's kind of, I know
Yeah.
again, it sounds a bit cheesy, but I literally had in my head, I'd gone like that, and it was here, and I can actually see it now. It's sometimes you don't always have to, you know, get the phone out, do that. It's just be. And I
Yeah.
think that is the key message. Hold your mug up again.
Oh,
Hold
yes.
your
And
mug
you know what? There's my mug.
for the
And
holiday. For the
yes.
holidays. I want to say
So,
that.
I was going to say that what you brought up there, my daughter is really good. So she takes after my beautiful wife of reminding me things I should be doing. And
Yeah.
we'll be on a vacation or just a trip with the family. I am so intent on taking a bunch of pictures and selfies because I want to remember everything. But a lot of times you're so consumed with that, you're missing stuff,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Because you're
missing
doing that.
everything there
And
and
so
then. Oh,
my daughter will say to me, my 32-year-old little baby princess will say to me,
oh,
Dad,
you're
Dad,
so cute.
be present. She goes,
Yes.
put away the camera. She'll tell me this, put away the camera, be present.
She's so
And
like
I'm like,
Leah.
I know.
She's a mini Leah, and I can just see her going.
Yes. She reached up to me, Dad. But it's true. And
That's so
I
true.
appreciate that too. I
Yeah,
appreciate the times when I initially don't agree with what I hear. And then
yeah,
I stop and realize
yeah,
that my beautiful wife or daughter were correct, or my son,
yeah.
and just like
Or me,
befuddled,
or your
live the
sis,
life
or your
beauty,
sis,
or my little
or
sis.
me.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, but
Only we're
that
not. We just leave
there
each
you go.
other
That's
astray
it.
completely. Yeah, anyway, yeah, go on.
Well, the befuddled came from Leah because she's the one that looked at me and said, I was tripping and in a hurry and I was out of sorts. And she says, are you okay? And I said, I'm fine. I'm fine. She goes, are you sure? Because you look kind of befuddled. She said, that was her exact terms. And I said, I am not befuddled. I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to work. I'm okay. And I got in the car and I am not even a minute down the road. And I'm like, dang it. I hate when she's right like that. I'm befuddled.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
because you makes you stop and think, and that's okay.
yeah,
I appreciate that. I
yeah,
appreciate people that make me stop and think. I think
yeah.
it was oh, come on, Russ. Who was it? Who was it? Uh ah, I gotta take a look at who it was because this one person who I've
Yeah.
met recently, we've become great
Oh,
friends. And
oh.
she is Bronca. Bronca.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
So Bronca
I
is
can't wait to meet
from
her actually.
yeah, she's from Slovenia, I think. But anyway,
Mhm.
first time we met, she looks at me, we're talking, and she says, Russ, stop, stop. I'm like, huh? She's like, stop. She goes, you take a deep breath and breathe. She goes, you're trying to do too much stuff at one time. She goes, you need to focus, be intentional, slow down and stop. And we had just met, and I said, I really like you. You're amazing that you're willing and gutsy enough to come out the first time we met and tell me that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
she was exactly right. I'm trying to do 500 things while I'm
yeah,
talking to her and she knows it. She
yeah,
caught me. She caught me
yeah,
doing it. And it's just like, hey, that's not right. You need to slow down. So,
yeah,
in the holidays, everybody, since we're
yeah,
going to run out of
yeah,
time before we even get this back to the holidays, it
yeah,
is so important. Family memories, friends memories, whatever memories you have you're making, they are made intentionally by how you act, by the actions that you have. And so in the holidays, don't wait for Uncle Harvey and Matilda, whoever you said it was, is
Mildred,
coming. There
Mildred.
you go. Mildred. Don't if you're freaked out by them, don't be a reactor. I always say be an actor. Be nice to them,
Yeah,
kill them with kindness, be loving and be happy. Choose to be happy in spite of maybe the relatives that irritate you or the friends that irritate you or just the circumstances that are too much for
yeah,
you. Just
yeah.
find a
And
way
it
to
can
get a
be,
balance,
yeah,
right?
and absolutely. And for those, it's always such a, I don't know, it just makes my heart ache actually at Christmas because there are so many people who are so lonely. And I think Christmas really heightens that massively. So extend that kindness to maybe somebody, smile,
Yeah.
just offer. And it can make somebody's day. I mean, that I'm not just saying because it's Christmas, I'm saying generally, but particularly be kind. Exactly. Oh, I wonder who gave you that.
My happy corner that my little sis brought me, and I showed it to Andrea, and it has that and the bracelet,
Oh,
and
there
she
you
was so
go.
excited. She was so excited.
Oh,
But
bless her. But
I
yes, it is. It can be such a tough time because
yeah
it does bring up memories and they're not always happy ones.
no
So be super kind to yourself at this time as well. And just remember what's important. What is actually important? It's about being with people who you love, being
Yes.
with people who lift you up, and having good food. I love food, but it is just having. It is that sense of this, isn't it? It is love. It always boils down to love for me.
So my golden nugget for today before you kick me out is
Yeah.
happiness is circumstantial. It is
Yeah.
something that sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not. But joy is an intentional purpose. And I
Yes, it is.
personally am a
Choose
man who
joy.
has the joy of the Lord. The joy of the Lord is my strength because I choose that. I
Yeah.
choose joy. I choose positivity moving forward. And that makes everything else so much better. And it increases the amount of happy moments because I'm choosing that joy in life. And you talked about your joy of being able to come over here and just relax and joy and see your big brother and all the fun things you did. The thing is, you chose to do that. You intentionally made the circumstances so you could do that, but it's something you choose inside here. And unless you have things right with yourself, the world is not going to be right around you. And
Yeah.
so,
And you know
and
what?
everybody needs to get a copy of Nupi's F list because that will solve all of your problems.
Thank you, Russ. But before you go into the green room, I am getting emphatic with my with my curlers. I see. I did that last week as well. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Um, joy is it's the superpower from within, and you can tap into it at any time. And guess what? It's another one of my little acronyms. I've not done a song to this one yet, but I'm sure there will be a song in there somewhere. Joy. It's one tiny little word, three letters, but with so much power because just own you. Just own your needs.
There you go. That was wonderful. Did you just come up with that or did you already have it?
I've already had it for ages. It's part of my TEDx talk. It's part of my keynote speaking
Oh,
talk.
there you go. Okay. That's right. I missed that
And I've
part.
got another one.
Okay.
I've got another one. Joyful. Just own you for unapologetically living.
Ah, very good. Wow. I'm going to have to write all these
Great.
down and put them on my board. I'll put quotes by Nupi. And I'll have little quotes up there by Nupi. So, all
I
right. Well,
do love my
listen.
little acronyms. Right, yes, we better go. Thank you for joining me. Now don't hop off very quickly. I will come and join you. Hop off. I'll come and join you in the green room.
Okie dokie. Thanks for having me. It's always a blessing to talk to you, Nupi. We'll talk to you soon.
Oh,
Bye.
bye. I think I must have been thinking of frogs, green room. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining me again this week. Have an amazing week. And just as a quick reminder, you can find me here on LinkedIn every Monday at 8 o'clock GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, which is also 3 p.m. Yes, Eastern Standard Time. I nearly said the wrong time. Anyway, you can also get hold of me, direct message me on LinkedIn, or use my Calendly link. If you can't get hold of me, get hold of russhedge.com. He will get hold of me. Have an amazing week, and I shall see you again next week. Bye.